What's up, YouTube? We're back. So, Ohio State is the third team in the playoff, with Notre Dame being the fourth team in the playoff. And of course, number 1 and 2 are Alabama and Clemson. No surprise there. I predicted that. I did not predict number 3 and 4. It wasn't really much of a prediction as it was what I would do necessarily. I didn't necessarily believe what my prediction was, that would happen. I kind of thought that what actually did happen would happen. But I am disappointed because, well, Ohio State, they played only 6 games. I believe 4 of those being to teams with losing records, such as Michigan State and teams like that who are just terrible. Barely beat Northwestern, who's a good team, not bad at all, but they're still Northwestern. Barely beat them. Barely beat Indiana, who's, again, not a bad team by any means, but they're not exactly, Clemson or anybody like that. So, do they deserve to be there? Absolutely not. But the committee's job is to put in the best 4 teams, not the most deserving necessarily. So clearly the committee thinks that Ohio State is one of the 4 best teams, which is hard to argue with considering the talent they have and just them being a powerhouse every year, always been good every year. So it's hard to say that they're not one of the 4 best teams. Are they one of the 4 most deserving? Absolutely not, but that's not exactly what you put them in there for. So, am I mad at it? A little bit, but I understand it. And would somebody like Texas A&M beat them? Probably not, but that's just how it is. As for Notre Dame, so Notre Dame is 10-1, with their only loss being this past weekend to Clemson in the ACC championship game, which they lost by like 24. They beat Clemson earlier in the year without Trevor Lawrence at quarterback for the Tigers. It just doesn't add up to me that they're one of the 4 best teams. I honestly think Texas A&M would beat them. Yes, Texas A&M lost to Alabama by 28, but who's to say that Notre Dame won't lose to them by 35? I mean, honestly, they just don't look like one of the 4 best teams in the country. So I do not agree with that one at all. I mean, time and time again, Notre Dame can just not win big games, whether it's the national championship in 2012, the playoff 2 years ago. I know that they got whooped by Clemson. It doesn't make sense to me at all. It's not what I would have done. Now, can they prove me wrong? Yes. Is it likely? No. It's not likely that they beat Alabama at all, but it could happen. We'll see. I would have loved to see Cincinnati or somebody in there, a group of 5 team, give them a chance. In all honesty, they should probably just have their own playoff because they're never going to get in a 4-team playoff. If we were to expand to 8 or something, yeah, that'd be great. But I don't see that happening for at least a few more years. But yeah, that's all I have. That's just wanted to vent about that a little bit and share my frustrations with you all. Guys, remember, if somebody offers you garlic bread, never turn it down. And I'll see you in the next video.